Yeah, I thought it was a good step in the right direction for us. Hard fought game from our guys. Feels great to play close to home. I thought our fans were incredible and gave us a ton of energy throughout, and we just kept fighting. Our defense took another step in the right direction as far as first shot defense. Could have defensive rebounded it a little bit better, but proud of our guys for just finding a way. I thought our group did a lot of really good things, just really focusing on Providence. It wasn't about the name on the back of their jersey. They played that game for the name on the front of the jersey to win. Great job taking care of the ball at the free throw line. Really good team win.
Jaylin, can you talk about the first couple minutes of that second half? You guys grabbed control of the game, was both making some shots and the defense. Anything different to get you going there in the second half?
I would just say we just try to make sure that we come out in the first 4 minutes and execute on defense and offense. We know the first 4 minutes of the second half is very important. It can determine a game. I feel like every game is important to us, especially since this was the next one on the schedule. We really wanted this win, so we can keep continuing to get better and stack days and just make sure that we continue to go in the right direction.
For Stefan and Jason, just when you have maybe the night that you're maybe struggling shooting wise, how much is it kind of on to the next shot? And Stefan, just talk about you down the stretch there.
Can you talk a little bit louder?
Just talk about having short-term memory. If you maybe miss a shot, it's on to the next shot, and talk about you coming out of that timeout especially.
I mean, Kim keeps saying that you gotta keep shooting, so I think that was my mindset. I mean, when I was shooting that, I was thinking it's gonna go in. So, I mean, I made it when the team needed it the most, and I think I don't know. I think Jason has the same mindset.
Yeah, as a shooter, it's always difficult having nights like this when you put the work in, but really just next shot mindset. Try to have short-term memory in terms of shooting because we need our shooters to shoot. When we have good looks, we need to take them. So when you're having an off night shooting, you just got to find something else to do to impact winning. That's really the biggest thing I think of. Yeah, for sure. As a shooter and scorer, I do a lot of things when my shot's not going, whether that's trying to get a layup, trying to get to the free throw line, just try to see one go through. Tonight I got fouled, missed a couple free throws. That kind of messed with me a little bit, but I really just went out there and, like Coach said, worried about what's on the front of the jersey, not the back of the jersey tonight. So I'm just really happy we walked out with the win.
My question's for Jason. People talk about all across the country how special the Big Ten fan bases are. What does it mean to see all of Providence come down to support you guys, even all across the region, and help you guys get a win, which felt like a home court game?
Yeah, it's really big test we talked about before the season, making sure we take care of business at home. And one thing we didn't stress going into the last game here at Virginia Tech was like, this is our home away from home. We're up the road, so our fan base does travel deep when we play at Mohegan. So it was great seeing them here. I did feel like their impact and presence was felt, and I feel like it gave us a boost for sure.
Oswin, another huge day for you block-wise. Just, Kim talked about the improvement on the defensive end. How much is that maybe attributed to you and kind of being that anchor back there?
We place emphasis on guarding the ball. I'm just there, so it's just like a support. Like just, it's like my teammates is more like they should guard the ball, and then it's a last resort to just help them on the backside by just getting a block. But they're like defensively, it's our mindset for the team. Like we gotta get better defensively, and we got better this game. So it's just like the block shots, is good, but it's like we place emphasis on guarding the ball, and then like the block is just like the last result. Yeah.
And how much, you guys maybe get more comfortable maybe switching between maybe man and zone?
It just happens like across the game. We like to give the offense different looks. Like we've been icing the ball screen a lot. Coach just like let's go green. Like it's just like just to confuse the defense and just throw them off a little bit. So yeah.
For all the players, how nice was it to have Corey back out there?
Can you repeat it again?
How nice was it to have Corey back out there?
Oh, it was big time. Corey's my roommate on the road, so just seeing how hard he fought to play today in terms of taking care of his body, doing extra treatment, just trying to gear up to be ready for the game today. It takes a lot to keep him off the court, and having his presence in practice, even when he wasn't playing, was big time. So to see him come out there and have a big game for us, it was big too. I appreciate it.
Nah, it's not obviously the plan of the game is never to get blown by it. Like it just, it's just my job. I just do, I just gotta do what I gotta do to just help the team win. And, that's like affecting shot, blocking shots. That's my identity. Like that's gonna be our team's identity soon.
Coach, one of the taller teams in the country you went up against today, you held them to 14 of 42 from the interior, 5 of 22 from layups. What was the key to counteracting their interior pressure?
Yeah, going in this game, Penn State obviously they shot a great percentage from three, and also they've been really efficient in the paint. We'd struggled with keeping teams out of the paint, so that was in transition, that was guarding the ball, and lastly on the backboard. I thought we did a pretty good job guarding the ball. Transition defense at the end wasn't great, and offensive rebounding wasn't great throughout, but that's been our area of focus. And the last two games, we've limited paint production, we've limited layups. And if you're going to hold teams to below 40%, you just can't allow them to shoot layups. As the game of basketball evolves with the three-point shot, with the pace and all this, fun, attractive stuff, the game still won and lost in the paint. The game still won and lost in the paint. The shots that you create in the paint and the shots you disallow from other teams shooting in the paint.
Kim, did you like your pace to start the game?
Yeah, I did, and it could have been faster. I thought in the second half we got a lot of really good stuff in transition. But again, it starts with defense. Our pace has been, pretty good this season. But as good as it is, we haven't shot it well from three yet, and we haven't really guarded the way we can. So it's scalability. Our offense is in a solid place. Our defense is hopefully going to make our offense even better.
I think Cole picked up his fourth foul with like 12 minutes to go. And I know you talked about Oswin trying to manage his minutes. How did you kind of walk that fine line of foul trouble and also, using Oswin to keep him fresh?
We switched our defense up a couple of times in the second half to get him on the perimeter defensively. And, just challenged him to play solid, play discipline. We got to get Oswin and Cole out at certain times in the second half, usually when it was a stoppage of play and we were going to defense. I used it as a chance just to get them out quick, get both of them out quickly.
I think we were 4 for 29 from the three late before Steph hit his. Up 8 or so, a couple quick three-pointers. Are they still learning, you think, shot quality?
Yeah. Shot quality throughout. The reason I didn't call a timeout when they kind of were going to run, we were getting really good looks. They were getting tough looks. And again, this was a game we played with this first time this season we played with those Spalding balls. If college basketball could all get to use the same basketball, I think it would be great, like every other league in the world, play with the same basketball every game. But we were getting good shots from our good shooters. We were missing. But I felt like, our catch and shoot 3 percentage versus our off the dribble 3 percentage is vastly different on the season. And just our guys were turning down good ones to take tougher ones. And we don't want to do that.
Coach, I know it's all about staying in the present moment and on to Wisconsin from now, but in order to achieve the long-term goals of succeeding in the Big East, the team's going to have to learn how to overcome adversity. How proud are you of the team for sticking through it with the three-point shooting today?
Yeah, I'm very proud of our guys. Jameer Jones with incredible minutes when he was out there, and he was a very vocal, positive guy on the bench. Jason and Jaylin, obviously not the shooting night they wanted, but stayed in it, made free throws. Jason, very positive throughout defensively, stayed in it. Corey Floyd battling injury, twisted it again in practice yesterday. Very serious rehab last night, tonight to come out and play. And our fans were great. I'm very singular focused in season, and it's about the team. But, I drove here. I didn't ride with the team. I drove here, and I valeted. So this morning I went to get my car out of valet, and I drove around to the arena. And I'm seeing our fans coming in droves and with suitcases, So they didn't just get a ticket to the game. Our fans stayed the night here or going to dinner tonight, staying the night. Our fans are, as simple as spending money, investing in us. And it was kind of in the front of my mind of how important this game is. Obviously, it's about us. It's about our resume. It's about the next game. But really, really, really wanted this one for our fans. They helped get us through in that second half, especially. It felt like a home game.
Kim, how close was Corey maybe not to play?
He got twisted his ankle pretty good yesterday in practice, which happens when you twist your ankle. But we're very positive with him, letting him know it was a lot of time until game time. And he got treatment till late last night with Chris Hageman. He got treatment early this morning. He had a really good walkthrough, and he had a good warm-up pregame. We tell our guys to prepare like you're going to play no matter what. And we'll always pull you if it's not good. And I can look at Corey and tell if he can go. Corey would have played against New Hampshire if it was up to Corey, but I could tell he wasn't right.
And how is Duncan progressing?
He's doing well. I just got off FaceTime with him. He stayed back. He's doing well.
Daquan and Rich?
Daquan is like week to week right now. Getting some pictures and imaging, re-aggravated a prior injury. Rich is continuing to take steps in the right direction.
Coach, I want to apologize if the beat asked you this earlier in the season, but the first thing I noticed about your huddle was how you have two stats always available at your view: deflections and kills. Although there isn't a ton of defensive stats, why do you choose to key in on those two?
Yeah, they translate to winning. 40 is our goal, 40 deflections, 7 kills. A kill is 3 consecutive stops. And, we had our season high in deflections the last game against New Hampshire. I don't know what we finished at today in deflections, but it's just something, very process-oriented deflections for our guys that really signifies how hard you're playing. Are you actively touching the other team's basketball or not? Thanks, guys.